Welcome to the Horse Talk Show, presented by Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Now here's the Brit on the bit, Louisa Barton. Enjoy the show.
The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios, presented by Piranha Animal Health in the horse capital of the world. Thank you for joining us on the Horse Talk Show, presented by Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms, our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
We have a great show lineup for you. We are going to talk about riding winglish. That's people who've always ridden Western and then they ride English, or always ridden English and then they ride Western. And we've got Holly and Shelby here with us in the studio to talk about that. It should be a lot of fun. We also have Becky Jenkins, who is going to talk about massaging horses. And Dr. Melissa Prowl is going to talk about repro in horses. So here's Dr. Prowl. Off we go. We are at the Advanced Facilities Centre in Summerfield, visiting with Dr. Melissa Prowl from Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Very impressed with everything that we've seen so far today. Of course, Dr. Matthews really laid an amazing foundation here to get this program really successful. And then Dr. Prowl came in and has done an amazing job continuing that legacy, really doing what is absolutely her passion. Dr. Prowl, thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah, thank you for coming out and visiting. And, we love to have people come and visit and take a little bit of what we do home. It's really important for us here, and we all enjoy what we do, and getting to share that with anybody that wants to spend some time here. We will absolutely welcome that.
I'm amazed, and honestly, as impressive as everything is, I'm most impressed with how passionate you are about it. It's obviously a really huge part of your life, and
yeah.
I see you as you're showing us everything, just see your love and passion of this, and it's what you specialized in. It's what you wanted to do with your veterinary career.
Yeah, when I started out, as many vet students do, they don't really know which direction they want to go. And I would say, for me, my turning point was my clinical year. So that last year of vet school, I did that at Colorado State. And my very first rotation was the equine reproduction rotation. And that just sealed the deal for me. So at that point, I knew which direction I wanted to head. I was able to do an internship at the University of Illinois. And then I was selected to do the residency back at Colorado State. So definitely was lucky to end up there in one of the top programs for equine reproduction. And, timing wise, it worked out perfectly that Dr. Matthews was looking for a little bit of help as I was finishing up. So was absolutely blessed to land back here. I'm a Florida native, grew up here, and was really lucky to get invited to become part of the Peterson Smith team.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the services that are offered here at AFC, and just kind of cover that for us a little bit. I know it's a lot. There's a lot of services.
Yeah. So we do absolutely everything in this facility pertaining to equine reproduction. So we have the mare side of things, where we will breed mares to carry their own pregnancies, as well as doing embryo transfers. And we will also do stallion management for fresh breedings, as well as cooled collections that we'll ship out. We are also a qualified facility that we can free semen and export it internationally as well. And then going into a little bit more of our advanced reproductive techniques, we are the only ICSI laboratory. So ICSI stands for intracytoplasmic sperm injection, and that's the horse's answer to like in vitro fertilization. So we can do that here as well. And as I mentioned, we're the only facility doing those injections here in the state of Florida. So from start to finish, we can do absolutely everything here. It's kind of a one-stop shop for breeding. And then, once we're able to get a positive pregnancy, we offer foaling services as well, where the recipient mares or just client mares that we've bred can come back and we foal them out for the owners as well. So
That's incredible. You have the foaling barn,
yep,
which is amazing. And each stall has a nice little camera set
Yep.
up in it. And then you have somebody here also throughout the night. So you
24
don't have
hours.
that staying
Yep.
up all night worrying that last
Exactly.
week you've got somebody to do that.
Exactly.
And then you do all inclusive, the post-birth care as well,
Yep.
which you would have to have a veterinarian come to the farm to do those
Yeah.
services if not. So that's
Yeah.
wonderful that you can get all that post-care, make sure that
All in one.
the baby's nursing successfully and everything went
Yeah.
smoothly.
Yeah, IgG gets checked on every foal. That gives us an idea of the passive immunity that the mare will give to the foal through the colostrum. So we check an IgG on everything that's born. We will also get a baseline complete blood count. Sometimes these foals come out and they look perfectly normal, but we'll see abnormalities on that blood work. So it allows us to kind of get a jump start on treatment before we are actually seeing the clinical signs as they would present as a sick foal.
So it's really nice, a peace of mind, comfort
Exactly.
that everything's taken care of.
Exactly.
You're not missing anything important.
Right.
And then also you have recipient mares here too.
Yes. So we
A nice
have,
big herd.
Yes, we have a really large herd of recipients, the largest in the Southeast. So we definitely can, take care of the large amount of embryos that we will flush. So it's nice because it takes a little bit of strain off of what am I going to do with this embryo. There's been a shortage of recipients the last couple years, and people were always looking for their own recipients to use. But I'll tell you, it's a lot easier when you have 100 that you're working with in your active herd to pick from, as opposed to lining up one.
And you mentioned something I just want to emphasize, and it was actually an interesting thought that I hadn't had, but there are those that might say, oh, those poor recipient mares, how sad. But actually, a lot of them perhaps were not successful in their sport that they were in.
Right.
And perhaps they weren't a pedigree that could go to a expensive breeding shed. So actually, it gives them a second career.
Right.
Where they aren't discarded. They actually come and live in a wonderful place in a beautiful 100 acres
Yeah.
with green hay and are perfectly well taken care of. And
Yeah.
as you mentioned when we were talking, if they were feral out in a wild herd, they would be bred every year anyway.
Exactly.
So because that's what they do and
Yeah.
in the wild. So actually it's a very natural sort of a life for them, and they have a chance at obviously surviving, living well, and having a job.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's they're housed in a herd setting. So everything that we do here is essentially how it would be if they were in the wild, right? So they live in their herd setting, and really all they need to do is just have babies
And enjoy life.
and enjoy that life of just doing what they would naturally be doing.
Exactly. And
if
I
they were
like that you
wild.
pointed that out, because we really emphasize on the show that and seeing the way they're cared for and how
Yeah.
healthy they are. And obviously they're in the hands of veterinarians, so they don't have any concerns at
Yeah.
all. So
Yeah.
that's amazing. So really full service, everything, the only ICSI lab in Florida.
Yep.
So there goes a lot of that risk in the shipping, possibilities of them getting lost or something going wrong.
Right.
You don't have that concern because it's all here in-house.
Yep.
And we're going to talk more about what ICSI is in another segment, so you can join us for that. So really full service, everything you could need as far as equine reproduction goes, you do it all here.
Exactly. And I think it's important to note we do it on a varying scale as well. So we have the people that have one mare. I won't even call her the brood mare. Maybe it's their little kid's pony that
Right.
they use to play around. And we'll go all the way up to the full scale production breeder that is breeding multiple mares, and they have that as their business. So we'll do people's pets as well as full scale production.
Amazing. So impressive.
Yeah.
This facility is so impressive, Dr. Prowl. So impressive. Obviously, her passion here at Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Cares Advanced Facility Centre here in Summerfield in the horse capital of the world. Louisa Barton here for the Horse Talk Show and the CEP's Equine Initiative. The Larson family has been farming hay in Idaho for generations with a mission to always provide high-quality hay products at a fair and reasonable price. Larson Hay loves to meet new customers while always honouring the ones they already have. Find Larson Hay on the web at larsonhay.com, like them on Facebook, and definitely visit one of their locations. Larson Hay, Idaho's finest alfalfa, and our television broadcast sponsor. Grateful for the foundation of excellence laid over 40 years ago by their founders, Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care continues to provide excellence in ambulatory and emergency care, surgery, internal medicine and sports medicine, with a lab and pharmacy, as well as the best in reproductive services at their Advanced Facility Centre in Summerfield. For more information, find them at petersonsmith.com or like them on Facebook now.
Hello, I'm Pat Myers, owner of Pat Myers Electric, a family-owned and operated business. My wife Sarah and I are horse owners ourselves and know what matters most to a farm owner, with the safety of their horses being of utmost importance to us. Pat Myers Electric can light up your arena and make sure your horse's barn is safe and protected. Pat Myers Electric is the horseman's choice. Discover more at patmyerselectric.com.
Veteran-owned Wide Automotive, that's WEIDE, is a beacon of automotive excellence in Ocala. Founded on integrity and expertise with unwavering dedication in all operations, we seek to forge lasting relationships with our clients. Whether you have one vehicle or a fleet, we pledge our best effort in quality service. From repairs, diagnostics, tire repair and replacement, diesel engine work, horse trailers, car batteries, wheel alignments, fuel systems, and more. Discover more at wideautomotive.com.
The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios, presented by Piranha Animal Health in the horse capital of the world.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the Horse Talk Show, presented by Pearson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms, our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
I'm Louisa Barton.
I'm Dancing Pete Rhoda. Tally ho!
By the way, we are actually all wearing green because we are celebrating St. Patrick's Day with the Irish. And by the way, if you didn't know, we are twinned with a town in Ireland, and it is in Kildare County, and it is famous for its silver, and I have visited there. So to all of them, twinned with Ocala, they have a sign that's called Ocala Way. Can you believe it? So we're going to say happy St. Patrick's Day to them, even though they're in bed by now because they're about 5 hours out.
There's a lot of pictures of little kids in that.
Yeah. So we have some special guests here in the studio, and the topic is going to end up being riding winglish. I know you've never heard of it, neither had we until Saturday, but we were talking about riding, growing up riding English and ending up riding Western, growing up riding Western and ending up riding English, and our guests have ended up doing both. We have Shelby Phillips and Holly Badillo in the studio with us. Thanks for being with us, guys.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
We are going to start a little bit with Holly because if you're watching, not just listening, you actually will get to see Holly when she was little.
Oh.
Oh, goodness.
Started out riding very young, didn't you?
I actually had a pony before I walked. I learned how to walk around his legs, holding on his little legs.
That's
There's termite right there.
Best way to learn to walk.
Best yard sale buy, $100. Parents brought him home in a utility trailer. Yep, look at my Western boots with my English saddle.
Well, that's winglish, right?
Yeah, and we never knew.
Winglish. That's the topic. It's winglish. You didn't know. You were like,
not until I was finding the pictures, and I was like, wow, we really did ride winglish when we were little.
We really did. So you grew up mostly Western, or
I grew up riding Western for sure. Did my first little horse show when I was 3 in the Burt Reynolds Ranch in Jupiter Farms. And then, you know, started doing competitive trail with my mom, and we did that for a long time through the 90s. FHA and JHA, Jupiter Horseman Association. Did a lot of things for Cedra and
Cedra.
Southeastern Distance Riding Association. So, you travel around doing, 50, 25, 100-mile rides. And that's what brought our family up to North Florida in like 2000. Get more land.
And
Yep.
just ride as much as you could. Did you ride often?
There was a little bit of a break in between to have my daughter, and then started getting back into it when I met Alexis and Mac and all of the gang out at Misty Mornings, which kind of brought me back into it, which I would have done anything just to be around a horse at that point because I had taken some time off, and I was gifted the opportunity to ride a Gypsy Vanner, and Alexis one day was just like, hey, why don't you come hunt with us? And he had just started hunting, I had just started hunting, and kind of showed that it's like a little bit of everything, all of the things that I had learned growing up in one, so it was really just like, wow,
So
this is so much fun.
You never had any exposure to drag fox hunting
Absolutely
prior to meeting
not.
Alexis and Mac?
No, not at all. I had no clue about any of it, though I did grow up with, my mom being a horse professional, and I learned basically everything I know between my mom and, just riding alongside of her and trying to teach it to my own kid. But it's kind of like, you soak it all up as a kid and then be surprised all the things that you can retain. And then I just started applying it to like fox hunting and all the fun things. And I moved up, and you get to take new roles the longer you're there. So now, I'm staff, and I've been there about 6 years. And then, it's just like a dream come true, though, to be part of something like that, because, growing up, you take stuff like that for granted, and you don't really kind of realize, gifted a pony before you can even walk, and then you grow up having all the ponies of all the sizes and doing all the things. Yeah, so it's been
And you
really
don't
cool.
realize how blessed you are to have that, because some kids never get to be around horses at all their entire childhood.
Exactly.
I didn't.
It
That's
adds
right.
character.
It does. And actually, you'd be surprised, even here in Ocala, where we live, the horse capital of the world, how many children we have found from our school programs we do that have never even met a horse
Right.
until we bring a horse to a school. That's crazy to me when I think of that, but that's just, it's not necessarily something that everybody has. Not everybody has property or a place to keep it. Not everybody has the finances, which, let's face it, it's not cheap to have horses. So we find a lot of children don't have those opportunities that we had. I was on a horse before I could walk too, and we don't realize how fortunate we are to have that opportunity. 'Cause it's really awesome.
So you
Right.
said you were on staff, Holly. What do you do for Misty Morning Hounds?
Well, currently right now I'm one of the whipper-ins, so I help with the huntsmen and assist the drag, with keeping the hounds in and on
Can we see the
task.
whip?
And oh yeah, I brought the whip.
She brought the whip. It's nice, huh? So whipper in.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Tell us what a whipper in is.
It's basically like the huntsman's right-hand man, in case of emergency or if something goes astray or, object to just make sure that the hounds and the huntsman kind of get to the final destination safely and all hounds on. And, if there's anything that happens astray, it's just kind of like you and your other partner, usually there's like 2 to 3 of us that make everything kind of go smooth,
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So you have to manage how many hounds usually when you're out on a drag hunt?
It just depends, but anywhere from, 11 to 15 kind of, sometimes we take them all out, which there could be 20, 25-ish, depending.
Love the tradition too.
Yes.
The red jackets.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I love all of that. I think it's so, keeping that tradition alive is just
Do you
so...
know why they wore red jackets?
Tell us, Pete.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
So in England they call them pink.
Pinks.
Yeah,
I was going
they
to say, I
call
do
them
know
pinks.
that.
Yeah, you're not
Get
allowed
your
to call them
pinks.
red. You have to call them pink.
Okay.
Right.
Why do they ride with the pink jackets?
It's a very good question.
And each hunt actually can have a different color depending on, they all have different traditions, but it's to probably, I would say, like, point your staff so you could know, like, who to look for. And
So I couldn't show up with a red jacket on.
I mean, you
Well, no, I mean officially.
could, yes, but
Not in an official capacity.
right. We're pretty laid back at Misty Morning, but yeah, staff definitely wears red so you can be, seen in the crowd. To
Yeah,
know.
everybody's welcome to come
Yeah,
out when
absolutely.
season starts back up again, which we just finished with closing meet. And Shelby, you have been a Western rider. We're going to talk about that in the next segment some, but you've been a Western rider and just got your first opportunity to come out and do the Misty Morning Hounds thing and ride English. And the first time I saw you at Misty Morning Hounds, you had on a jacket that was a bit too big.
Yeah.
And you said, yes, my first time I just had to get any old jacket. I thought it was
I let her borrow my jacket because we roped her up from the cattle drive. I said, no, you said you live close to us. I was like, you have to come hunting with us. I said, you can get your English, winglish attire together and you got to come check it out.
So you guys didn't know each other until the cattle drive?
After the cattle drive.
After.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Right.
I just moved up here about 5 months ago, and she lives 10 minutes from me, and I didn't even know it until after the cattle drive.
A mutual friend.
So you weren't at the cattle drive hanging out?
No, not at all.
Oh, see, I didn't realize that.
We did witness one lady fall off at the same time. We happened to be like on the opposite side of her. We can recall the same situation, but we never once, in the heat of the moment, we weren't introducing ourselves. We were,
concerned about the person.
Right. So that's how close you can be with somebody and not even know.
Because we never seen each other before or knew, so.
And then you connected.
Well, she came into my job and asked me if my name was Holly, and I noticed that she had that weird same sunburn and windburn as me, and I could just smell it. I said,
shivering?
"You were, yeah." I was still 2 days after.
Defrosting.
Said, "You were on the cattle drive with me, weren't you?"
Drive. We all looked that way when we got back.
Yes.
We've got to take a break, but we're going to come right back with Holly and Shelby. We're going to talk a little bit more about riding winglish.
Tally ho!
Ocala Dog Ranch is the exclusive dog boarding facility to the Horse Talk Show. Grateful for the foundation of excellence laid over 40 years ago by their founders, Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care continues to provide excellence in ambulatory and emergency care, surgery, internal medicine and sports medicine with a lab and pharmacy, as well as the best in reproductive services at their Advanced Facility Centre in Summerfield. For more information, find them at petersonsmith.com or like them on Facebook now.
DAC Vitamins and Minerals has been making a world of difference for 35 years. Do you know what sets DAC apart? We use chelation minerals from Alltech, which allows for better absorption. DAC is the only supplement company Alltech provides ingredients for. We have our nutritionist, Performance Horse Nutrition, NASP, which is the quality seal, which guarantees our products and ensures our use of quality ingredients. DAC gives you a guaranteed analysis in every 1 ounce scoop, a 60-day money-back guarantee. Doesn't your partner deserve the best? Visit feeddac.com.
This show is brought to you in part by Seminole Feed Stores, family owned since 1934, manufacturing fixed formula horse feeds with mindful monitoring and quality ingredients right here in Ocala in an all-natural, non-medicated feed mill. Seminole Feed, simply the world's best and safest feed. Like them on Facebook now or find them at SeminoleFeed.com.
We're a unique, tough breed. We work long, hard hours making sure your horses are healthy and properly shod because, well, we farriers know horses perform better when they're properly shod and healthy. You want quality horse products, supplements, and farrier supplies at affordable prices, and you won't settle for anything less.
TT Distributors is dedicated to quality horse products, supplements, and farrier supplies at affordable prices. Racehorse or a pasture pony, TT Distributors has what you need. 7715 West Highway 40, Ocala.
D&N Equine Recovery is owned and operated by avid horsemen. With over 75 years of experience in the equine industry, D&N Equine Recovery provides the only whole horse crematorium in the greater Levy-Marion County area, serving all of north central Florida. All staff are dedicated to demonstrating the utmost respect throughout this emotionally delicate process, providing compassionate and timely service when it matters to horse owners the most. For more information, go to dnequinerecoveryllc.com. The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios, presented by Piranha Animal Health in the horse capital of the world.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the Horse Talk Show, presented by Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms, our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
I'm Louisa Barton.
I'm Dancing Pete Rhoda.
And we have been talking to Holly and Shelby about writing winglish. We coined it winglish on Saturday because, well, you know, it is. It's winglish, isn't it?
Inked. English Western together.
Inked, okay. I like winglish better. So, Shelby, you were on the Great Florida Cattle Drive. It was a good time, wasn't it? Other than the cold. I mean, we know it was a little chilly, but it was a good time. And you two actually, I thought you met, but you didn't meet. You didn't meet until after and realised you were both on the cattle drive together. So then Holly invited Shelby to come to Misty Morning Hounds and do the drag fox hunt at the Perry Plantation. And you came. You everybody's welcome. You can wear whatever. No one's going to turn anybody away there. But you came like in full attire.
I wanted to give it my all.
Yeah. So you went from having ridden Western all your life and never riding English?
I did a little bit whenever I was younger, but it was just like the boarding barn that I boarded at. They had like the barn manager was an English rider, so I would always think that it would be fun to like do little jumps and stuff. So other than that, that's all I did, just having fun. And I haven't rode English since, so I was probably like 14.
So you brought your lovely Western horse out to give it a go.
Yep, and he's never jumped. He's never done anything, so it was pretty exciting. He was probably like, what is going on? What happened to the cows and their nice relaxing trail rides?
And he looked like he was very well settled. I saw your first one, and
the first time he was amped up. He was definitely following all the other ones, like, you know, like prancing. And I'm like, oh my God, what kind of horse is this? A new horse.
When you started in third field, but because there's different fields for those that don't know, right? There's different fields. There's first field, which is fast and wild, and then the second field that's toned down a little bit, and then there's third field that's a little bit quieter and can jump if they want, but don't have to be crazy. So you started off in third field, and you moved up fairly quickly.
Yes.
You were ready for more.
Yeah, I did third and second on the first time, and then the second time I went out, I decided to try first field. That was intense.
Was it?
Yeah.
Rocking with Robin.
Yeah, it was. It was like go, 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 go.
The entire.
Yeah, because it's like, you know, jumping down the ditches, up the ditches, back down the ditches, like turning through the woods, running. And he had a blast because he didn't ever seem like he was tired. He just wanted to keep going. And I was like, okay, well, as long as you're not tired.
What do you normally do with him?
Just trail riding with him. And then I have another horse that I do cutting with. So, you know, he's just my little, whatever I feel like dragging him out and doing.
He's so cute.
He is.
And you took him to the cattle drive?
Twice.
That was your second one, wasn't it?
Yeah, the first time we went in 2000, that's my show mare. She is who I took this last time. And I had a friend ride my gelding pistol, but she got hurt, so I had to borrow somebody else's horse. So, but yeah, he's, you know, just used to the slow motion of stuff. That's my favorite picture of him.
And had to have a kind of a change of pace.
Yeah, and I'm surprised he did so well with it. You know, it's so rare to find a horse that'll just be like, all right, well, I'm going to try, so let's, like, hold on.
Like, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, like, doing the jumps this last time, like, I was so nervous, because I was like, I don't know if he's just going to, like, barrel through them or, you know, do whatever, but, you know, I just held on to his mane, and I'm like, well, we're going through this together, and he did it.
That's a great horse. That can just adjust to whatever you do. That means he trusts you and you have a good relationship.
He's my baby.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So the hunt season, Misty Morning Hounds, just finished. It was closing meet this past week. So the next season will start in November and go through March again. And so anybody should try this, right?
Yes.
Anybody that just wants to come and have a different experience.
Yeah, because, you know, if you're not really confident or, you know, you never done it like I did, you know, definitely third field is, you know, good. They do walking and like a little bit of trotting, no jumps. So it was just really nice to be able to...
Except closing me.
Yeah, yeah.
Tally-ho!
I was
we
like,
were in the middle of extra tally-ho at closing meet, so it was a little bit different.
Lisa breaking the rules, no.
Well, it's actually not breaking the rules if you want to jump once we're stopped at a drag. If you want to jump jumps, then you can't take off and leave the rest of third field behind and go jump jumps. But once you stop at a drag, if you want to pop over some things, it's actually not really rebellious to do that.
And then you can switch up to a different field if you want to at the drags.
Yeah, I definitely could have probably gone up to second field this last time.
Yeah, that's more comfortable.
We were a little cranked up, but it was such a great day. It was so much fun. Everybody had such a good time, and it was so nice to see you two, you know, kind of, well, you've been on the cattle drive, so have you, and now you're doing the whole English thing at the hunt.
We're like showing each other how to do it.
It's crazy though, because my horse, I had never ridden him Western. I've been riding him 6 years now, Domino. Best little teammate ever, and I had about 2 weeks to get my ducks together and reach out to family, friends, and get the Western saddle and the gear and all the things, you know, and I hadn't ever ridden him Western other than a day before when we got my saddle fitted, and we went out there and he just did the best. He was the best little cow pony that I ever could imagine, you know, and just they're so, you know, flexible to learning new things, and he gave me his all every day, and it was so much fun.
Yeah, because the first cattle drive I went on, we had a lot of horses go down, and one ended up passing away.
No way. Really? That's
Yeah.
intense. Oh my gosh.
So the first cattle
I'm glad
drive,
nothing like that happened on this one.
There was a few crazy ones, but nothing too...
Yeah.
Joel, I think
Yeah.
there were some
Just the
leased
one
horses that were not very familiar with their riders, and I
Yeah.
feel like that was really the downfall of those people. And I think some people left because it got cold.
Right.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, we're not camping in
Yeah, I would
this.
have been gone.
You'd have been long gone, yeah, in the cold. But I really thought the experience of the cattle drive was so good. And yes, Domino was amazing to have never really had an experience like
Never.
that and ride 54 miles in 5 days over, you know, different terrain, different tack.
Kept in a
different
12 by
horses.
12 pen overnight with my tent 6 feet from him, you know. Yeah.
It's a lot.
He loved it.
It's a lot.
And it's crazy how you kind of think about what the cow hunters do and what a whipper-in does. And like, I was just so blown away at like some of the things that are so very similar. You know, you have your circle bosses, you have your field masters, you know, you really just kind of stick with your team. And then, you know, the way the hounds work, you know,
the dogs
with us.
Yeah.
And then you have the dogs that work with the cow hunters. It's just really cool to know. And I got to ride with some really cool, you know, people that have been doing it for a long time. Like my circle boss, Domingo, was absolutely amazing. Taught me so many things. So it's kind of like the two sports.
The winglish parallel was good,
and
wasn't
so that's
it?
when we kind of like discovered like, wow, you know, we don't ride just English. We don't ride Western. We ride winglish.
We ride winglish. Well, you know, I love that because Alexis, who is owner of Misty Morning Hounds with Max, she commented on watching the dogs work the cattle,
right,
and how impressed she was watching them. And I know she has to have been comparing that to the hounds at home because it's the same job in another way. You know, it's
right.
It's the same. It's the same. They've got to be obedient. They've got to be well trained. They've got to know their job to accomplish either one. But it was neat to see, you know, the switch from hounds to dogs and then back from dogs to hounds.
Yeah, because you don't call our hounds dogs.
Yeah.
They're not dogs.
No.
They are hounds.
The first couple times I kept saying dogs, she's like hounds. I'm
I
like,
know. I went through the same
Dog.
exact thing. It was so hard. And when I came back from the cattle drive, I did it again. I'm like, back to dogs. No, it's hounds. So we have goodies for you guys.
Aww,
thank you so much for coming in. We have piranha bags full of nice little sample bottles for you to try.
Well, thank you.
We also have K-Well USA bags with samples in. Wonderful all natural products. And then you must have a dandy brush.
The Odor Away.
Yes, you know Odor Away works because you were on the cattle drive.
Yeah, I passed out about 350 in the butt be gone pace.
That's right. And Horse Talk Show dandy brushes from TT Distributors, logoed for you guys everywhere you go. You can tag us in your travels.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shelby and Holly, for sharing with us winglish.
The love of just horses in general.
Yes.
It's awesome,
You know?
isn't it? It's the best. Thank you both. We'll be right back after this break on the second half of the show. Stay with us.
Tally ho.
Hello, I'm Pat Myers, owner of Pat Myers Electric, a family-owned and operated business founded on both trust and integrity. From new installations to repairs and emergencies, Pat Myers Electric's team of professionals can handle it all. Pat Myers Electric for all your current needs. Discover more at patmyerselectric.com.
The Larson family has been farming hay in Idaho for generations with a mission to always provide high-quality hay products at a fair and reasonable price. Larson Hay loves to meet new customers while always honoring the ones they already have. Find Larson Hay on the web at larsonhay.com, like them on Facebook, and definitely visit one of their locations. Larson Hay, Idaho's finest alfalfa, and our television broadcast sponsor. It's time to fight back against summer sores with K-Well's Red Repel, healing and soothing, a lava-slaying ointment of justice, powered by zinc and nature's sass. Safe for all horses, even drama queens, gentle enough for the face. Your horse deserves skincare too, long-lasting and non-toxic. A bonus, buy a copper curry brush or Red Repel and receive a free in-store K-Well sample of your choice in Ocala at Seminole Feed Stores, TD Distributors and OBS. Discover more at kwellusa.com. K-Well, strength by nature.
Love presents itself in so many ways. It can be difficult to describe the bond between human and horse because it really transcends words. As we prepare for each ride, the most important thing in our mind is our horse's health and safety. Are we playing our part in this remarkable relationship? We want to go to sleep every night knowing that we did everything in our power to preserve this special bond. Piranha Animal Health, for the love of the horse.
Welcome back to the Horse Talk Show. She's got the gift of the gab, and her guests are fab. Presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy experience.
The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios, presented by Piranha Animal Health in the horse capital of the world.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. We're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the second half of the Horse Talk Show, presented by Palm Chevrolet,
your hometown Chevy experience.
Thank you to Larson Farms, our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
I'm Louisa Barton.
I'm Dancing Pete Rhoda.
And we have Holly with us still from Misty Morning Hounds. And we have new guest joining us, Julie Bartoli from All About You Photography. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for what you did on Saturday. It was closing meet at Misty Morning Hounds, and you took some absolutely phenomenal photographs. They were just amazing. And I told them Julie will do a great job.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was something I'd never heard of before. Yeah.
It was a whole new experience for you.
Completely.
And you got to ride along and see everything.
Yes, yeah. I wasn't in the tally-ho wagon. I was on an ATV.
The tally-ho wagon's fun.
Yeah.
You were on an ATV?
Mm-hmm.
For the entire ride?
The entire ride. Yeah.
On the back?
You were with Dana then?
No? Maybe I wasn't on the ATV.
The little side-by-side.
The tally-ho wagon was full for closing meet.
But I got to be on it a week prior. Yeah.
So
it
you
was
got
fun.
you got.
And I was with Alexis.
But the photographs you took, absolutely beautiful. I mean, you captured. I haven't seen all of them yet because they're not all ready yet. But I have seen about 25 of them, and you just captured everything so beautifully.
There's
look,
Brewster.
Brewster's trying to get in the tally-ho wagon because he thinks there's food. Such an amazing experience, though, to come out and see that, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And
all the tradition.
That's a great shot. That's like a shot that you would see at a
Christmas card.
Yeah, Christmas card or a painting.
I know, right? Julie can capture all of that very well. And what a beautiful property to be able to go out on. The Perry Plantation is. The hounds you captured so well. Expressions, faces, everything. Just absolutely brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing that. You can check out All About You Photography. Find them online. You do all sorts of events, right?
Yes. Weddings, real estate, equine, families, couples. I do it all.
You name it. You do it all. And you do it beautifully.
Thank you.
We've got some other events to talk about because it's been quite a week and there's more.
Oh, golly.
No, there's more. So Live Oak International was this past weekend, and
Did they have dock diving?
they had dock diving at Live Oak International for the second year. Neil did an amazing job. I think he had a lot of people come out and bring their dogs to try it for the first time. And actually, Holly's daughter won the basket with the free try at the Hunt Ball this weekend. So you get to go take your dog.
And we can't wait.
Not hound, dog.
Right. Actually, I have a black-mouthed cur, which is one of the breeds that the cow hunters use. So never would have thought I would have, realized that going into the cattle drive. But yeah, I already had me a little cow dog I never knew I had. So
And the cow dog's going to go and dock dive.
We're going to have to take her and find out,
Black-mouthed curs are nose dogs. So they'll go grab a nose and pull them out of the bushes.
Oh.
It's an interesting fact. Did you know?
I did not.
Anyway, when you take your dog to dock diving at Ocala Dog Ranch, I definitely want to be there.
We have to do that.
We have to schedule that. So Live Oak International, very exciting. This is Mary Phelps ponies, by the way. The Markel Flying Gangsters. They had the fastest time. They were actually faster than Chester Weber.
Wow.
Can you believe that? With Bram Chardon on board driving them. Those ponies are off the charts. They're also Breyer collectibles. If you didn't know that already, they are Breyer horses. And these little ponies are amazing.
And who drove for?
Bram Chardon.
Okay.
Flew over and traveled over here to the US. And
where is he from?
That's a great question. And he is like a number 1 or number 4, I think, in the world, maybe. I have to ask Mary. She texted me that information. I'll check that on the break and confirm. But those are Mary Phelps ponies that live in Micanopy.
I watched them last year with him driving, and they were fast.
Yes.
This looks like they're even faster.
They were even faster. They were faster than Chester this year, which is amazing. They are incredible ponies. So hats off to the Markel Flying Gangsters, Mary Phelps ponies. I know, it is impressive,
Caught
isn't
a
it?
single curb or I couldn't do that in a go-kart.
And there's 3 people on the...
That's a lot,
amazing, isn't it? I know. Wow. And it was an exciting weekend of sport because everything from combined driving to Grand Prix jumping. Aaron Vale won the Grand Prix. Our local guy there that lives in Williston on Gray's Inn. And he actually beat the Irish, which, is unusual because they're hard to beat. The Irish are tough to beat. But yes, he had a really good couple of rounds there. The Grand Prix on Sunday. Thank you to Janet Forbes from Odyssey and 97.3 The Sky. It was lovely to sit with her, catch up and watch the Grand Prix. And there was great excitement all weekend. There were vendors, there was junior drivers, young children who were drivers.
Dock diving.
Dock diving, of course. Ocala Dog Ranch had amazing weekend there again for their second year. So it was a really phenomenal event, and hats off to all the people who put that together, because I know that is a huge undertaking. We also had the Hunt Ball on Saturday night. The Hunt Ball, the closing meet, followed by the Hunt Ball, which was a huge success at the Perry Plantation.
Wow, Holly can dance. Look at that.
Pete Roeder got everybody dancing at the Hunt Ball. The lovely couple that I met, Jedi and Kristen Main, and they were great fun to ride with. And what was funny was when Jedi came up his name's Jed, by the way, but I call him Jedi. When Jedi came up and joined third field, he said, "Are you ready for an extreme third field?" And I said, "Heck yeah, bring it on." And it was extreme third field. It was the most fun. What did that
mean?
We just
had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it
was just the extreme field. Yeah, it was. It was a good time. So the Hunt Ball was a huge success, and shout outs to all of those that donated items for the silent auction, especially Piranha. Pete, tell us about Piranha's live auction item. Sorry.
Wow. It had 4 or 5 gallons.
5 gallons.
Of their products, different products. It had one of each in the regular spray nozzles. It had sprays. Odaway.
Fly
gloves.
mask. Grooming gloves.
We calculated up, and it was almost $1,000 worth of product.
It was amazing.
And then
so thank you, Tom.
Jedi.
No, Kirsten.
Kirsten.
It was her. She got that.
Yeah.
She was
horses. Fun. She made me look good.
It was
I
great.
like it when somebody has fun during
We
the
love
auction.
it when they come. They're some of our favorite guests.
Yeah, they were a blast. They had really good times. So thank you to KWell USA who donated. Ocala Dog Ranch, your daughter Ronnie won the Ocala Dog Ranch basket that, funnily enough, had a full moon rising briar in it. Mooney, that belongs to Marsha Hartford Sapp, was in the basket that she won. So.
And it was out of the box. Still
in seconds.
Yes, she won it.
Right.
And she took it out of.
She just wanted to see it, and I told her I can arrange for you to meet that real horse if you'd like. And she said, "What?" I said, "Yes, my friend owns that
She was
horse."
in fact up there shopping without me. Another one of our dear members, Lori, aka Aunt Lori. Thank you so much, because Ronnie came down the stairs toting that basket, and she was just, I got the basket. She was so excited she couldn't.
Well, Seminole
wait
Feed
to-
Stores donated one.
Good apple.
Good apple.
You
I
went home
bid
with
on
it?
it. I went home with that one. I had to have that. I helped pick out the stuff that went in it. I had to. I think I outbid myself on that one.
Yeah, you did a couple
I
times.
did. And then Becky from Grateful Gallops